Hello everyone, it's me Kendra. I know that it's been a while since I have done a video over here on Kendra Chronicles, but it's simply because I haven't had really too many natural hair updates. As you can see, my hair is growing and we're doing really good on the journey. Everything's going great. But I am going to start vlogging here on this channel as well. So as you can see by the title of this video, I have some news. And that news is that I am going to be getting dentures. I know, it's pretty crazy, but it's true. So I thought that I would go ahead and begin to document this whole, experience, because I am considered young. Even though I'm not yet 40, I'm over 30. So I'm still considered young. Yes, but this is what's going to be happening really, really soon. So just to give you a little bit about me, I am a YouTuber. I do have two other YouTube channels, and they are KurvyandKonfident, and both of those are with a K. And I also have DollarTreeDiaries, which is my haul channel where I, just take you along and see what I've gotten in the dollar store because I have a smaller session. But like I said, a lot of my subscribers have asked me to start to vlog and asked me, how come you don't vlog? And I'm like, I have done vlogs in the past, but I've done them on my other channel. But I believe that I'm just going to go ahead and dedicate like this channel to that. Hence the title of my channel, Kendra Chronicles. So yeah. So since I'm about to go on this journey and get dentures, like full extraction, like I am about to lose all of my teeth. I thought I would go ahead and come on and share my experience because from what I'm understanding, there are a lot of young people who are having to go this route and, make the decision to do this. So, I guess I'll go ahead and give you a little bit of my dental history as well. Growing up, we didn't go to the dentist a whole lot. I come from a single parent home, so my mother was the primary person who was working, and we just didn't always have insurance, so we were not at the dentist every year getting a checkup like we were supposed to. And I didn't really start having problems with my teeth until I would say high school. So right as I became a teenager, I started having issues. The first issue that I was having is that, I was having bad breath all the time. And as much as I was brushing my teeth and everything, I was still having bad breath. Then I noticed that my gums were bleeding all the time. So I'll never forget this because my mom made this statement to me one day. And I don't know what, I was getting ready to go outside or something like that, but I just came out of the bathroom, I took a shower and everything, brushed my teeth, and she told me, she was like, what is going on with your, your teeth? Your breath is smelling bad. Are you brushing your teeth? And she said it like that, and I was like, of course I'm brushing my teeth. I'm brushing my teeth like 3 and 4 times a day. So that just really kind of hurt my feelings. I mean, it really did, just being real. And so we went to the dentist, and the dentist told me that I had gingivitis, which also causes bad breath. But the short-term fix for it was he just gave me some medicated mouthwash and kind of sent me on my way because I didn't have any cavities. I didn't have anything like that. So I was using that medicated mouthwash for a minute, and then all of a sudden the bleeding stopped on my gums, and I thought everything was all good. well, I would say maybe a year later, so now I'm in college, I started to notice that my gums were kind of loose down here at the bottom. And so, then after that, I'm like noticing like, you know, like black down here on my gums on the bottom. And again, the bad breath returning. So, I went back to the dentist. By this time, I'm a sophomore in college. So, around 19 years old. So, I go to the dentist, and I went to UT Dental School because I was in school. I did not have insurance at the time, and, you know, UT is like, it's a dental school, and so these are people who are studying to become dentists, and right before they leave, they're doing kind of like internships and stuff like that. So I was introduced to a wonderful doctor, and at the time she was in school, I believe, getting her master's, and her name is Dr. Alicia Valentini. And Dr. Valentini informed me on this visit that I had periodontal disease. And so periodontal disease, if you don't know, it is a disease that attacks your mouth and your gums and your bone from underneath the gum line. So all the brushing that I was doing and all the, you know, care that I was trying to give my mouth, that absolutely did not matter, because it's just gum disease that gets very aggressive really fast. So, after she told me that I had periodontal disease, I was kind of freaking out, because I just felt like I did do what I was supposed to do in order to kind of take care of my teeth. I just wasn't at the dentist every year or every 6 months or something like that, but I was brushing my teeth. I used mouthwash. I felt like I was doing what I needed to do. So, anywho, with my gum issue down at the bottom that I had told her about and needed to get treatment for, what I needed to get treatment for was for the periodontal disease. And she said the reason why it had gotten to the state that it did down here on the bottom, where my teeth were looking black at the roots and stuff, she said that was because the periodontal disease had gotten aggressive really fast. So, I ended up having to have these teeth down here on the bottom in the front 4 on the bottom, they were removed, and so I wear a partial. And we did that first. That was like the first step of my treatment. So then after, we did that, I had to have a gum surgery. And with the gum surgery, it was, pretty much a matter of having 4 quadrants done. She had to go beneath the gum line and do like a really deep clean, and also, you know, I lost some bone. So after about, we went through that process for maybe almost a year. So I would do 1 quadrant of my mouth, like just the top quadrant up here, and then I would have to let that heal. And technology has come so far that when I had this surgery 13, 14 years ago, that I had to have stitches when she was done after she had gone underneath the gum line. And using that little utensil where they scrape, you know, like tartar and plaque and all that off your teeth. And it was horrid. I mean, I did not like the experience whatsoever, but Dr. Valentini was great, and she was holding my hand throughout the whole process. She was very attentive to what I was asking her or telling her, like using that suction machine, the water. She used the warm water, and that really did make a difference, you guys. I mean, when she was in there doing the work and having to clean and everything, that cold water on top of your teeth when you have exposed nerves, it's horrid. So at any rate, speed up, fast forward to after college, I moved away. I moved to Georgia, and everything was going good with my teeth. So no, I wasn't again at the dentist every year or anything like that, because again, I was just starting my first real job. The insurance wasn't that great, and it is expensive to go to the dentist at the end of the day. it is really expensive. So, I was in Georgia for about 6 years, and I only went to the dentist maybe twice to get cleaning. And when I went to get cleaning, I explained to them what my situation was, and nobody had given me any kind of indication that, oh yeah, we need to do this again or anything like that. So with that being said, I just continued to do what I was doing. I didn't have any bleeding gums. I didn't have any bad breath. My teeth were in, I felt like a good condition. So anyway, I moved back to Houston in 2008, somewhere in there. And when I got back, I knew that I was like, okay, it's time to go to the dentist. I'm back in Houston. I got to look up Dr. Valentini again. So I was looking up Dr. Valentini, and I read somewhere on the internet that she had moved to Austin or something like that. And I was like, oh, great. But if I had to drive to Austin to go see her, I probably would, because she's just that great, and she has all of my confidence, you know, in the work that she's done and how she's helped me get to this point. Because now, I believe it was in 2011, I found her on Facebook. I sent her a message. She was so kind enough to respond back to me. She said that she remembered me, and I was supposed to go in. But then the economy crashed. I lost my job. I didn't have any insurance. So I kind of put it on the back burner again. Well, now, fast forward, here we are, 2015, and, you know, trying to get this taken care of still. I have pretty decent insurance on my husband's insurance, so that's how come I'm going to get it taken care of. So I recently had an appointment with Dr. Valentini, and I saw her after 15 years. And I was so excited to see her, and let her know, you know, that it's because of her that I still even have my teeth now. So she's been great. But I knew that when she was going to do her exam and her check of me, that she was going to probably be upset, because I have had I feel like a spike in gum loss. I mean, really, really fast. Like over the last 2 years, I have really had a lot of gum loss. So a lot of the times I just brush my teeth with Sensodyne, because those nerves are exposed, and when I drink something cold or something really hot, it is like I'm getting hit with a taser, because it's really painful. So I went in, I believe my first visit was October the 12th or something like that. Today is Veterans Day. So yeah, it was like almost a month ago now was my first visit, and I visited with her. She did her exam, took x-rays and everything, and pretty much told me that I was going to be losing some more teeth. And so I was preparing myself for that. And then I came back for another visit, because she said that she wanted me to see Dr. S, and Dr. S would be the person who would be taking care of the prosthetics, or the partials or bridges or anything like that that you need in your mouth. So I came back again on, I don't know, that following week or something, and I spoke with her, and she did her exam. She did x-rays, and she pretty much did the mobile test to see which teeth in your mouth are loose. And I had quite a few. Mostly here in the front, and then the ones that are in the back, like my wisdom teeth and some of those molars back there, are okay. But after further study by her and Dr. Valentini, by the time I came back in to discuss my treatment plan, it has been decided that it would be better for me to just go ahead and have everything removed. So that's the point that I'm at here today. So with that being said, I'm taking a deep breath and putting on my big girl panties, and I'm going to have this done. When I went in for the first visit last month, I had an abscess on my mouth and on my gums over here, and Dr. Valentini told me that she could see it. It was really big the night before I went in, and then after I went in, it kind of was starting to go down, and I thought it was going to go away, but she said that it was draining. And so I've been having those recently. I hadn't had them a lot before now or this year, but now I've been having them, and they are very painful. I mean, when you're trying to eat, or just in my overall health, because the way she explained it to me was that with this periodontal disease and infected teeth and things like that, it's in your bloodstream. So anytime you have any kind of infection in your body, just go ahead and attribute that hey, it's connected to your bloodstream. So it kind of weakens you. It kind of, I was feeling tired all the time. I don't know why I don't have any energy. And it is all pretty much attributed to this fact that my body is constantly fighting this gum disease that I have in my mouth. So with that being said, and the health factors, I have kind of come to terms with what's about to happen. And again, I wanted to come on and share this with you all because it's going to be happening really quickly. My last visit, when I did do my treatment plan and we discussed everything, they called me to come back and go ahead and did my impressions. So I've already had my impressions done for the top and bottom, because again, everything is going to be coming out. So I'm doing these videos, and these are kind of like the last little looks at what my teeth look like before I get my new ones. So another thing that I was recognizing too is that, my face is always puffy or whatever. It looks like I'm, harboring nuts or something. That's probably not the best word to say, but let's say cotton in my mouth. Oh my God. But I could see it, and I could see the puffiness and everything, and that's because, again, my gums are inflamed. You don't always feel it, but maybe you see it, and like when you're brushing your teeth, my gums have started recently bleeding again whenever I'm brushing my teeth. So those are my indications that I know that, okay, something is wrong. I got to take care of this, and it's better for me to go ahead and have the full mouth extraction, simply because if I continue to just kind of putting a band-aid over the periodontal disease, and that band-aid would be to continue to get the gum surgery, I'm losing more bone, and if I do it again, I probably won't have anything for implants to adhere to. So since I've had so much gum and bone loss already, I'm going to be looking towards getting implants, down the line. So when I have my surgery and I have everything done on my E-Day, is what I see that it's called here in the denture wearer community on YouTube. On my E-Day, I'm also going to have a couple of sites where she's going to put some bone graft, so that when my gums heal and everything, that it's going to be a site where they're going to put the implant. And again, I can't do implants right now because implants cost $60,000 if I was to go ahead and have everything removed and have my implants going in within the 6 months or whatever like that. But that's not the option that I chose. I chose option number 3, which is to have everything extracted and allow my gums to heal. I am going to have immediate dentures, so I won't leave the dentist's office without anything in my mouth, because that's one thing that I was terribly afraid of, was like, oh my gosh, I can't go around with no teeth in my mouth. Not to mention, I'm just starting a new job, so it would be totally embarrassing if that had to happen. But it's not going to happen. So I will have teeth when I leave the dentist. But for 6 months, I'm going to be letting my gums heal. And once my gums heal, we're going to go and revisit getting the implants put in. So that's going to be further down the line. So I have everything here in this little notebook. And I have my my treatment plan, and this is actually my insurance and what it's covering so far. But they gave my quote and the cost of what everything is going to cost. Like for all of my extractions, the complete immediate denture, bone grafts, all of that is included. And from what the total is from what he gave me, it's about $6,000, $7,000. Hopefully my insurance will cover like a quarter of that, and then out of my pocket I'm going to be paying like $4,000 because I am going to want the oral anesthesia or sedation. So that's like $150. My extractions for like 28 teeth is $1,200. I mean, the bone graft is like another $500. And then I have the doctor's fee, which is $1,800. So yeah, all of that is looking real nice. But they're really great at dentists at 650 Heights. That's where I'm going to be getting my treatment. And so I'm going to make a payment of $600 to go ahead and have everything removed to get my immediate denture. And then I'm going to be making like 5 payments of $700. I mean, this is what I'm saying. Like, if I continue to get the gum surgery, the gum surgery is like $10,000. I mean, who has that kind of money? I don't have that kind of money laying around. I don't have good credit where I can go and, you know, borrow this kind of money to get my teeth done. So I do appreciate that they have the option that I can make payments, because that is going to be so super helpful to me and our household, because we just don't have that kind of money laying around. But it is something that I have to do, and again, it is for my health concern as well. So I just feel like, why am I just going to keep putting a band-aid on the situation? I'm just going to go ahead and do it. So I'm going to be coming to you guys with more updates about how the process is going. I'm really nervous. I am scared, and I'm not gonna lie to you. So I've been watching some people here on YouTube who've gone through the same experience and who have been really helpful with sharing their experiences. And I have been watching Coley Reinvented. I've been watching Positive Beauty. I've been watching Her Reason to Smile. I've been watching Hope Hawkinson, and she just recently went through this summer. So it is nice to see that somebody has gone through this year. And so that's why I just said I'm just going to go ahead and share my experience as well, and, you know, let people know that you're not alone in this. And again, I'm not yet 40 years old, and I'm going to get a full mouth extraction. That is heavy. You know, that's heavy for anybody. So, like I said, I'm extremely nervous, but I know that it is going to be something that's going to be good for me in the long run. And like I said, I'm hoping to get dentures, implants down the line. So dentures, I'm just looking to have for maybe a year or two, and then really, you know, focus on getting the implants for me. So we will see how that goes. Like I said, But for right now, I don't want to be in pain anymore. I don't want to have my gums bleeding whenever I brush my teeth. I just want to be done with this. This is a situation or, you know, an issue that I have dealt with since I was a teenager. And it's hereditary. It's not, you know, don't blame yourself like, oh, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. It's hereditary. And sometimes you can't even help it. I mean, my father's side of the family, they have jacked up teeth. And that's just, it is what it is. But, you know, I will go ahead and do a video really soon, too, of what my teeth look like now before I have my E-Day, so that you guys can see and kind of understand why I'm just going to go ahead and do this. And it's really not so much my teeth as it is my gums. It's like I don't have anything to stabilize the teeth. So they're loose, and when I'm eating sometimes, it's like I think, oh my God, am I going to lose a tooth if you bite down on something the wrong way? And I mean, it's just not a good feeling to have. I mean, I'm over it. So that's why I'm ready to go ahead and make this step. And like I said, I know that it's going to be hard at first, and it's going to be an adjustment, but hey, it's just something that I have to do. So yeah. And again, to those people who are watching this video and are having to go through the same thing, you know, don't be so hard on yourself. You know, I think that making the decision is probably one of the biggest steps, and once you finally make the decision, you just kind of go from there. So hopefully I'm helping somebody else the way that the people who I've been watching on YouTube have helped me. And yeah, I'm going to be coming to you guys with some more updates as it happens. So be looking for my video to show you what my teeth look like before I go in for my E-Day. So until my next video, loves, thank you so much for watching, and yeah, see you next time.